Hey, welcome back to Edge Igniter. I'm Alex Rivers. So, I want to talk to you about something that I've been sitting with for a while now. Something I've noticed in myself, honestly, and in a lot of people I speak with. And it's this: the faster we move with AI tools, the more we have to be careful about what we're leaving behind. I'm calling it the AI Augmentation Trap. And here's the thing: it doesn't announce itself. You don't feel yourself falling into it. It feels like progress. It is progress, in a way. You're producing more, responding faster, thinking at scale you couldn't before. But there's a question underneath all of that, and it doesn't get asked enough. Are you getting smarter, or is the tool getting smarter while you coast? That's what we're unpacking today. Let me paint you a picture. 18 months ago, you'd sit down to write a brief, a report, a proposal, whatever it is in your world, and you'd stare at a blank page for 20 minutes. You'd draft something, hate it, rewrite a paragraph 3 times. You'd wrestle with it. And eventually, you'd produce something that was genuinely yours. Now, you open a chat window, describe what you need, get a solid first draft in 40 seconds, tweak it a little, send it. Done. And it is faster. Let's be honest about that. There's real value there. I'm not one of those people who's going to tell you to go back to doing everything manually to build character. That's not where I'm going with this. But here's the question: over time, what happens to your ability to wrestle with the page? What happens to the 20 minutes of staring, of thinking, of not knowing, which is actually where a lot of your best ideas used to come from? Speed is seductive. And the seduction is that you stop noticing the muscle you're not using. The trap isn't about using AI. Let me be clear about that. The trap is about how you use it, and specifically whether you're still in the loop intellectually, or whether you've quietly stepped out of it. There's a concept in aviation called automation complacency. It's been studied for decades. As cockpits got more automated, pilots started to lose their manual flying skills, not because they chose to, but because the plane was doing so much that they just stopped practicing. And most of the time that was fine. Right up until it wasn't. Same principle here. If AI is doing the reasoning, the structuring, the drafting, the summarizing, and you're just reviewing and approving, you're the co-pilot who hasn't touched the controls in 3 years. The plane is flying. But you might not be. And here's where it gets personal, because this isn't just a professional skills question. It's an identity question. Your expertise, your judgment, your voice, these things are built over years of doing the hard thinking yourself. If you outsource the hard thinking consistently, gradually, without noticing, you don't lose it overnight. But you can lose it. That's the part the productivity discourse misses completely. Everyone's talking about leverage and output. Almost nobody's talking about atrophy. So what does it look like when you get this right? Because I do think you can get this right. The people I see using AI well, and I mean genuinely well, they use it to extend their thinking, not replace it. They'll use a model to pressure test an argument they've already formed. They'll use it to do a first pass on data they're going to interpret themselves. They'll use it to draft something they're going to substantially rewrite, not just tweak. The distinguishing habit is this: they stay in the problem. They haven't handed the problem to the tool. They've handed the tool a piece of the problem and they're still doing the integrating, the judging, the deciding. Think of it like a great power tool in the hands of a skilled tradesperson. The tool makes them faster and more precise. But the skill, the eye, the judgment about where to cut, that's still theirs. Take that same power tool and put it in unskilled hands and you don't get the same result, no matter how good the tool is. The risk is when people start believing the tool is the skill. So practically, what does staying in the problem look like? A few things I'd suggest. First, always form a view before you ask. Before you open the chat and ask for an analysis, write down, even just in a note, what you think. Then use the AI to challenge or extend it. If the AI's answer is dramatically different from yours, that's interesting data. Explore why. Don't just swap to the AI's view because it arrived faster and sounds confident. Second, write regularly without AI assistance. Even if it's just a journal, even if it's rough. Keep the writing muscle warm. The blank page needs to stay familiar, not frightening. Third, periodically do hard things the slow way. Not because efficiency is bad, but because that's how you stay calibrated. You need to know what you're capable of without the tools, otherwise you can't accurately judge what the tools are actually contributing. Here's where I'll land on this. The AI tools available right now are genuinely remarkable. I use them every day and I'd be lying if I said otherwise. The leverage they give you is real. But leverage is neutral. It amplifies whatever you bring to it. If you bring strong judgment, strong expertise, a clear point of view, the tools amplify that. If you've let those things erode, the tools amplify the gaps too. They just make the gaps look more polished. So the question I want to leave you with isn't, are you using AI enough? Everyone's asking that question. The question worth asking is, are you still thinking hard enough? Because the best version of this future, the one worth working toward, isn't one where the AI does the thinking and you just direct traffic. It's one where you're sharper, more capable, more confident in your judgment than you've ever been. And the tools are what let you operate at that level without burning out. That's the edge worth building. I'm Alex Rivers. Thanks for spending 15 minutes with me on Edge Igniter. If this one landed for you, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and I'll see you in the next one.